What's good? It's your boy E coming at you with some finance solutions. Really quick, man. Kind of just wanted to go over the market and the price action. I was watching it. I was in the markets. I'm always in the markets, bro. Like I said, bro. Like the streaming and all that. It's just a distraction right now, bro. Hopefully one day I can get back to the live streaming. But right now it's just too much, dog. But anyways, kind of wanted to just go over some of this price action and basically what I was noticing. I mean, obviously, if you just look at this chart, and go out a few days, I mean, especially since the beginning of the year, I want to say we've just been bullish, and I guess that's normal. You know what I mean? Because you have people, exiting positions at the end of the year for whatever reason, tax harvesting or whatever, and then they'll go ahead and buy back into those positions. I guess that coupled with, you feel me, some of the news that came in was looking kind of bullish for the stock market. Is what I'm thinking. Obviously, like I said, no one has a crystal ball. But honestly, like going into the new year, my feeling was that the market would be bearish and we'd sell off. But we just been basically just running up, bro. This is the cues, but I mean, the SPY or basically, any large or mega cap is going to look the same. But what I did notice, let's look at a couple more of these. What I did notice, right, when I was watching the market, trying to do a little trade, and I basically felt like from looking at from just zooming out, right? When in doubt, zoom out. So basically, what I noticed is that we've been just bullish, bro, ripping to the upside, right? But what I seen was yesterday we got up here, right? We got up here and kind of topped out a little bit. I guess you can call it like around here. Obviously, we broke above that for a little bit, but then swiftly came back down. You feel me? And hit VWAP, bounced back up. We were just trading sideways. I mean, even after hours in pre-market. But one thing that I felt like was important was during, the after hours and pre-market session. Yeah, we were trading sideways, but we're actually kind of fading. So I got it in my head that, and especially seeing us get up here and top out. And I mean, you have to go back quite a ways to see the last time we are up at these levels, which was, you feel me, like in December, basically like a month ago, a little over a month ago. They have to go back quite a ways to see the last time we were up at these levels. But what I was thinking basically is that after running up, you feel me, just going, just ripping to the upside, bro, like for 2 days straight. But once we got here, right, we got up here, and it seems like we kind of hit some resistance, like right around here. I mean, this level is what 289, around the 290s handle. You feel me? Hit some resistance, rejected, had a little trouble here. Obviously, straight bullishness came in right here. We broke above it for a second, topped out, and then faded down to VWAP, right? And then bounced back up, got up to previous close and kind of chopped around. So what I was doing was watching the price action today, right? And what I noticed is all day for the most part, same thing, just chopping around those levels, but refusing to go higher. So I felt like, maybe we're like at a top. You feel me? Like, I don't know, top of the range for what, the week or for a few days, whatever you want to call it. And I was actually trying to fade. I was watching it around here, like, okay, I missed this fade. So I was like, all right, when we come back down here, if we bounce back up to previous close, I'll go ahead and fade it from previous close down, because I felt like based on the topping out here and also the topping out from yesterday, that, you know, basically it was just a matter of time before we hit the resistance and fade. Now, I mean, and I was right, but I mean, going into here, this is what, so, you know what I mean? About about 10, 15 minutes to close. So that's like that 10 minutes of terror right there, but just the opposite. You feel me? So instead of us fading in that last 10 minutes, we actually started ripping to the upside. But notice we got up here, topped out a little bit. And what level is this, real quick? Let's see. We're topping out around here. 290.50s, might as well call it. Right around there. Hit that. Just faded decent. So, I mean, even that trade worked. From fading from up here, if you would have held it, obviously, I mean, with large enough size, even from here down to VWAP's decent. Or if you want to, you could have held it and even called it more of a fade. You feel me? And even if you don't get out, if you didn't get out right here, yeah, you would have felt some pain when you seen this rip going to the upside. But ultimately, we got up here, hit resistance, and faded even lower. So I mean, that trade worked. You know, it would have worked if you would have faded from here to here, or held it, faded from here to here, or even if you got caught off guard and we came down here and hit the support. You feel me? From here, even on this little run up, I mean, I wasn't following the news or nothing. So, I mean, I don't know if this was just, going into the close, a rip to the upside, or some type of data or news or something came out. I'm not sure. But even if got caught off guard and ended up holding this thing, like that trade still would have worked. And I mean, depending on your risk tolerance, if you believe in your thesis and your plan, even up here, when you see us, you feel me, like running into resistance and looking weak, because you could tell that, they're selling into it, obviously from the wick on top. So, I mean, like I said, depending on your risk tolerance, you could have even, you feel me, like averaged in, like averaged down a little more. You feel me? Caught that fade. But anyways, just little things that I noticed. Basically, to go back over it, what I noticed was, yeah, we've been abnormally bullish, but again, we're getting up here and basically topping out, like refusing to go higher, like right around here. So yeah, 289.50. It's hard to call, bro, because like we just been ripping to the upside. But just me looking at, you feel me? I feel like the market has just been too bullish and it's getting to a point where it's extended. And looking at the price action from yesterday, and again, us topping out, breaking back down, you feel me? Hitting previous close, refusing to go past previous close. And then today, the price action up here, yeah, off the open, you're going to have volatility off the open. That's normal. But then after things settle in, and that's why I say, like, you feel me? Especially if you're kind of like new to the markets, I would just stay out the first, you feel me, 15 minutes, at least, maybe 20 or 30 minutes, just to see if we can get a range. And again, sometimes we'll go up and test the top of the range first. Other times we'll wash out and test the bottom of the range first. But that's why it's good to kind of just chill and wait. Like I said, like at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. And as you can see, for the most part, we just was bullish off the open and tested the top of the range first and just rejected hard and washed out. That's like one of my favorite little setups right there. You feel me? Either catching the washout off the open and then putting in the bottom and consolidating and maybe grabbing some calls to the upside, or even better is, well, I feel like even better is for us to be bullish off the open and rip to the upside and then run into resistance. You know what I mean? This is a 5 minute. So let's like on the 3 minute, you can see a little more price action. Get down in those trenches. So you see, yeah, ripping, basically putting in higher lows. Everything's looking good. You feel me? Minor pullbacks, but putting in higher lows and going up. But look at these wicks. You see that they're selling into all these pushes going up. So once we get up here and you see this wick, then you see this candle right here, which is just basically a wick, they're selling into that. Feel me? And then this candle right here, I mean, baby wick, but based off this, I would have been looking to fade from right there. Feel me? And that thing washed out past everything, past the 9, the 120, VWAP, all that. And then came down here and revealed the bottom of the range. You know what I mean? For that time period. And then from there, you just play off the ranges. So fade from up here. You feel me? Once we put in the bottom and it looks like we're consolidating a little bit, then maybe by the dip back up to the top. Obviously, at previous close, you feel me? If you're still in it, if you hold through VWAP or whatever, if you're still in the trade when we're getting up to previous close, this is your price target. And then, as you can see from this long wick, you feel me? Everyone's selling into this move. So, I mean, just things like that, what you should be looking for if you're like trading intraday, especially maybe like scalping options or contracts. Just moves like that. And I mean, this is the cues, but the SPY is going to look the same for the most part. Look, there's your bullishness off the open, then the fade, then grind back up, but then topping out all day. Same thing. Only difference is it's just the 10 minutes of terror, but the inverse. So going into the close, we just ripped to the upside. But we did get up to a point and then fade. I'd be curious to see what happens tomorrow, but based off of like this rip into the upside, because we've been like super bullish. Obviously, what goes up must come down and vice versa, but it's hard to call right now because it's the beginning of the year. But with this topping out here and this topping out here and then this fade right here, I mean, I would think that we continue to fade just because the market's extended at this point. But who knows? The only thing you can do is just remain neutral in your bias and play the ranges. You feel me?